Stuka Joe here. Today we will be taking a look at the example of play found in the rulebook of this game, Western Front Ace, a game designed by Gregory M. Smith and Ian Cooper and published by Compass Games. Western Front Ace is a solitaire tactical level game where the player takes the role of a World War I fighter pilot flying for the Allies or the Central Powers in the Western and Italian fronts, conducting missions to destroy enemy fighters, bombers, and reconnaissance aircraft while advancing one's personal rank by obtaining awards and, of course, attempting to survive the war. Today we will be going through the example of play found in page 27 of the rulebook. I have also included a link to the rulebook in the description below in case you want to follow along. We start the game as a British pilot. We get out the A2 pilot status card for the British and set the other A2 cards aside since they will not be used. There are 4 starting British aircraft with 0 prestige level requirements, and of these we choose the BE-12 because we like that it has a Vickers and not a Lewis gun as the main armament. We choose to be based at Bertangle, which connects to the Somme section of No Man's Land and is opposite the German base at Giese. We place our Advanced Maneuvers 1 marker on our BE-12 aircraft display mat, along with the Reflexes skill marker, as all players start with those 2 skills. We also place an Endurance marker on the Endurance track, a BE-12 marker on the Mission track in the Hangar box, 3 ammo markers in the Ammo box, each on their 2 sides, and a Touch Wood Good Luck charm in one of the random event boxes. Now we attend flight school. This is chart F3. We fail at gunnery training, but we are successful in flight training and landing training. We place the ACM-1 marker on chart A2. ACM stands for Aircraft Combat Maneuver. If and when we buy the ACM skill, it will cost us 1 less experience point. We get the landing skill marker for free and place it on A2 as well. For our spare time activities, we decide to hit the books and choose extra study time. This gives us a free experience point. Now that we're done with flight training, we start the game with 2 experience points, and we will not spend them for now. We place the Somme and Verdun major ground offensive markers on the map. Verdun is mainly for historical interest, as it will not affect us at Bertangle, but it is possible that we will be tasked to support the Somme operation. We are ready to fly our first mission. We roll on chart A1B since we're an Allied pilot, rolling on the 1916 column, and we get a 6. This will be a line patrol, and for the mission to be successful, we must at least travel to No Man's Land. We take off, and we move our aircraft marker on the Mission track and the Endurance marker on the Endurance track, and we roll for an encounter in the takeoff/landing box on the Friendly Lines column of A3. The roll is a 7, no encounter. We move again, this time to the Friendly Territory box, burning another Endurance, and we roll again. And again we roll a 7, no encounter. So far, so good. We move a 3rd time, which brings us to the No Man's Land box. We roll a 5, which has a double asterisk, which means that in Italy there would be no encounter, but we're not in Italy, so the result is an encounter. Now we roll on the first column of chart A3A to see what type of German aircraft we will be facing, and we roll a 7, which means that we have encountered a Halberstadt D2. Now we check chart B1 for the starting orientation of our plane and the enemy's plane. The roll is a 4. We will start the encounter advantaged, and we place our aircraft marker facing ahead in the orientation section of the aircraft display mat, while the Halberstadt D2 marker is placed facing sideways and is therefore disadvantaged. We place 3 ammo counters in the ammo section of the Halberstadt's display, each on their number 2 side. Now we fire, and the German will automatically go defensive by drawing a card because the German started disadvantaged. We draw card number 38, which gives us 3 hits for our 3 firepower, and this is a good result. The German draws card number 3. We consult the defense section, and it is a tight turn. This gives the German 1 position improvement. Having obtained 3 hits, we roll 3 times on chart B6 to inflict damage. We get a 41, a 66, and an 11, which equate to a canvas hit with no effect, a fuel tank hit, and a crew injury. Both the fuel tank hit and the crew injury require secondary rolls. So now we check chart B4. For the crew injury, we roll, and the roll is a 5. The pilot is hit. Had we rolled a high number, it would have been an observer injury, which is no effect in this situation since the Halberstadt has no observer. Now we roll for wound severity, and the roll is a 6, which means that we have luckily killed the German pilot outright, scoring a victory. And out of morbid curiosity, we roll to see the effect of the fuel tank hit. The roll is a 6, just a leak. Now we decide if we stay to continue on with this mission or we return to base. Deciding not to push our luck, even though we still have 5 ammo points left, we decide to head back to base since we have accomplished our mission by having reached no man's land. We have no encounters in the friendly territory box and no encounters in the takeoff landing box. We are ready to land. On chart B9, we roll 1d10. The roll is a 5, good weather for the landing. So we don't even have to bother to roll on the B7 landing chart as we automatically have a good landing. Now in the post-mission phase, we check the rules to see if we are eligible for any awards. And in fact, per 8.2.21, we see that we have been mentioned in dispatches, which gives us 1 prestige point. So we increase our prestige level to 1. We also place the mentioned in dispatches marker on A2. We are now ready for our next mission. And this is the example of play found in the rulebook of Western Front Ace. Of course, the charm of this game is to continue on to further missions and see how our pilot's story develops over the campaign and see if he survives the war. Western Front Ace, a game designed by Gregory M. Smith and Ian Cooper and published by Compass Games. I hope that this video has given you a good idea of the flow of the game and what the game has to offer. This is Stuka Joe, signing off for now. Thanks for watching.